Did you want to imitate anyone while we're here, like yesterday?
No.
No? What was that yesterday, by the way?
So
no one knew it was TJ.
Yeah. But, so when we're doing the media call, right? And then we're sitting there, and before we jumped on, Lene told me that it's gonna be me, Henry Cejudo, in the call, and then they'll do another 30 minutes, and they'll do TJ and Cody, right? And so when we're doing that, I'm sitting there, and this guy goes, "Hey, what's going on? Blah 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 blah. First question's for TJ," and I'm like, this guy wasn't listening. It's just me and Henry Cejudo on here. And he's like, "Oh, TJ, you know, blah, 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 blah. TJ, are you there? TJ, are you there?" And nobody chimed in to say something like, TJ's not here. Like I said, from my point of view, well, I was told that it was just me and Henry Cejudo. So I'm sitting there, sitting there with my buddy Rick, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking do it. And I was like, "Yeah, man, you know what? I feel," just went with it. And so it was just fun. So it was.
You sold it well because no one knew it was you.
Yeah, I know. That just shows you how much he pays attention. But then again, who knows? I mean, yeah.
Demetrious, what's this nonsense about you fighting twice and calling it a career, man? That's horrible advice.
That was see, that's the thing about an embedded series, that you guys are gonna get to see the full context of the whole situation. But yeah, it was just my brother-in-law gave me a little advice, and it was good advice if you guys hold the whole story. But yeah, it was just him giving a little advice.
Well, that's not even a remote possibility,
no,
right?
No. I mean, if the price tag was what he said, it could be. But like I said, they cut that out.
You talk a lot about super fights and people ask you about it. You always
Over
say,
it.
But you always say the money. I mean, is there ever any part, you know, if you said, if I get paid right, I'll go do it. But is there ever any part of you that feels like,
nope,
nah, I don't even care about money. I want to show the world.
Nope. Nope.
There's no pride, no.
I get beat up by Matt Hume all the time. So for me, having pride, it gets taken away. I train with killers, you know. My training partner, James Yang, he lights me up on the feet. Matt Hume, he can put me through a grinder of submissions. So until I get beat that man, then I know I'm truly the best in the world. But like I said, I have no pride. You know, I'm just a man trying to make this money and take care of my family.
But you know, you're in the conversation as one of the greatest ever, and there's some people that say, well, that would prove he is the greatest ever if he does it in another division.
Yeah, but then they'll say something else. Then they'll say something else. So that, like I said, I don't put a lot of stock in that whole talk because, you know, like DC, I'm happy for him. He's finally got that double champ. But for me, I had him in my book already as one of the greatest ever to do it, in my book. So for me, when people are like, "Oh, you got to do just to get."
Fans seem very upset about this, though, that you're not taking the Dillashaw fight. Fans are upset. I don't know if you see the comments on social media, but
people are going to be upset. People are going to be upset.
So it doesn't bother you at all?
Nope.
Why do you think people is always asking you to do something else to be in the greatest conversation? Like,
I don't know. It almost puts doesn't put a sour taste in my mouth, but it's almost like, okay. Next question.
Is there anyone you haven't?
That's how I feel.
Is there anyone you haven't faced that you want to face?
I want to fight all the guys in my division. You know, we got new guys coming up. You know, Sergio Peso good his last fight. You got Shorty Torres, he's in here now. Shoot, Kyojo Horiguchi's in Rising, tearing things up. So there's lots of guys out there. But for me, I'm just focused on going one fight at a time.
Do you want Horiguchi back? I mean, that was...
If I were, no, because he's making good money from what I hear in Rising. So, but like if I was to like go out and collect all the belts, now that's something that's like, okay, I've proven that I'm the best. If I was to go to one championship, win the flyweight division there, go to Rising, win the flyweight division there, and then go like to Bellator and fight in 35, 25, win the belt there. Now I'm like, okay, now this speaks volume.
I don't think that's happening, but do you think you
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Like, could you tell Dana, like, go get that guy and bring him to me? Get that guy and bring him to me?
It wouldn't be that, you know, it wouldn't be that different belt. Like,
right.
In consideration, I have 11 consecutive title defenses. Like, they all look exactly the same. So for me to have every unique looking belt around the world, that's what gets me excited. If you really want to know, that's where it's like, ooh, you have me interested now.
Would you ever like sacrifice the money or like to actually go do that then?
If I was single and I had no kids and wife, yeah, I would. But I'm not in that boat anymore.
What's the dollar figure that gets you in the door for the Dillashaw?
We're not talking about that anymore. Next question.
Let's talk about this fight. What do you
This man's fucking smart. You guys will learn something from this guy. We're trying to sell this fight.
One at a time, right? Let's talk about Henry and what you expect to see different from him this time and how much better he is.
Yeah, so Henry Cejudo, he's had 2 years to get some more fights under his belt. He's fought Joseph Benavidez, Sergio Pettis, and Wilson Hayes. So he looks better. He looks more patient, more calm about the way he goes about his fights. But the difference between me, Sergio, and Wilson Hayes are two different beasts. You know, Sergio is a stand-up guy. Wilson Hayes is a grappler, to where I can mix both those things in very well.
What's fight week like for you now, Demetrious? With as many times as you've done this?
You guys nagging me about stupid stuff and questions.
So you're getting, I mean, what's your emotion like? Do you get excited? Do you get nerves anymore? I mean, what's it like for you?
No, it's still the same. You know, it's fun. You know, I have a good time. But, you know, literally it's just, you know, media obligations. And I go back to my room, eat when I can, play some video games, and then go train, more video games, and chill. I
know you talk about being self-motivated, but, I mean, is there ever any chance that you could get complacent? I mean, do you ever go like, dude, I've been smoking everybody. Maybe I don't need to do that second workout. Maybe I can take a day off today. Man, I've beat everybody.
Nope. Just keep on working out. Keep on training.
Now that you don't have like that, you know, you already beat Anderson Silva record title defense. How do you know how many you want to go, or like?
Keep just going to this body or die. Just keep on going till the wheels fall off.
Have you looked at Anderson's streak at all? Like, have you watched like any of his fights when he was on that crazy streak, and you know, try to see what he did or anything like that?
Nope.
No.
Just kept to myself. But you guys think I go home and would study fights and do all this stuff? Like, literally, when I'm at home and I'm not getting ready for a fight, I don't even talk about fights. You come to my house, you won't see one picture of me in the wall. You won't even see my belts. So like for me, this is my job, and you know, I love to do it. I come out here and I fight. I put on, you know, great performances. But then once it is, I don't sit there and think about, oh man, he had a fantastic career. Oh man, John Bones Jones, I can't wait till he gets back. I mean, there's probably when it does, but at the same time, it's not like, I would say MMA is probably like 20% of my life, and the rest is 80% is like my family, video games, and then just hanging out.
It's like if a plumber comes over to like fix your bathroom, they'll have no idea that you're a UFC fighter.
No idea.
Have no clue.
They'll ask me, he goes, man, so here's a story. A guy came over and he goes, man, this is a beautiful house, man. What do you do? I was like, I create content. He goes, really? And I was like, yeah, I create content. He was like, what type? I was like, well, I play video games, and you know, video game companies like Ubisoft or you know, Halo, 343 Studios will reach out to me and I'll create some content, and that's how I make my money. He goes, good for you, man, good for you. Oh, you have a nice day, Mr. Johnson. I'm like,
are you as passionate about that stuff as you are about fighting? Or what is like the percentage there?
Well, so there's a difference. I'm passionate about learning about mixed martial arts and growing and, you know, getting better in my skill set. To where like with the fight and all the obligations and all that stuff, it's a fine line, right? You know, because this is, you guys look over that clickbait, da 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 da, and he said this, and twist the words, da 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 da. Have you do it for, you know, since 2011, and you see these articles, you see people say this and that, and it's like, dude, I'm over it. You can never please everybody in the world. So now that's why, you know, my video game, it's a different type of passion, because there's no way you can twist some of these words with, you know, video games. So it's hard to say. Good.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks, DJ.